Hey guys, welcome to episode 44 of the Reluctant Leader podcast. This is the last Tuesday of January, and today I want to talk to you about the power of repetition. Let me say that again. Let's talk about the power of repetition. Yeah, you know where this is headed. You thought repetition was boring and would lead to a rut, but I've got great news for you. Repetition is only bad when we repeat bad things. So come on, let's jump in and learn all we can about the power of repetition. Well, this is the time of the year when most people have already stopped doing what they promised themselves that they would keep doing once the new year began. And so I want to talk to you about the power of repetition. Like, we think of repetition as a bad thing, right? Like, I'm stuck in a rut. I need a new look. I need some new clothes. I might need a new job, or I'm just tired of doing the same old thing. We start to look at life as like just a never-ending cycle of leftovers for dinner, right? And yeah, that can get boring. But like I said in the intro, repetition is only a bad thing if we're repeating bad things. But if we're doing good things, if we're establishing new rhythms, then repetition is actually pretty critical if we're going to succeed in the long term. For the longest time, people would say it took 21 days to establish a habit, but actually, new research says it takes about 66 days for a behavior to become automatic. That's 2 months, just over 2 months of consistent effort. So you can think of it like this. Repetition is the way that our neural pathways carve a new trail in the woods, right? If you've ever been hiking, you know you have to clear the woods, but the more you walk that path, the easier it is to walk that path going forward. So that's what new habits do. It takes 66 days of just consistently doing the same thing for us to establish that new habit. And yeah, it can feel a little bit boring, but like Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. So excellence is not an act. Excellence is a habit. So the question is, what do you want to repeatedly do? How do you want to be known? There's an interesting story in Daniel in the 6th chapter. Well, Daniel's been serving the king, and he's been faithful, and he's found out about a law that was passed for, I think, the next 30 days where people could not pray to anybody other than the king. And this is what it says in Daniel chapter 6, verse 10. Now, when Daniel learned that the decree had been published, he went home to his upstairs room where the windows opened toward Jerusalem. 3 times a day he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before. It was all the repetition of prayer in the secret place before that moment that gave Daniel the faithfulness he needed to continue to be a person of prayer, even when there was an edict published that said he would be thrown into a den of lions if he continued to do that. Here's one more example. Jesus, right? It says he went out as usual to the Mount of Olives in Luke chapter 22, the last few verses 39 through 41. And this is on the night that he's going to be betrayed, right? He went out as usual to the Mount of Olives, the place where he would often go to pray on good days. He went on the worst day. Why? The power of repetition. He had done it and done it and done it. And so when he was in a place where we and you and I would have to make a choice like, well, the stakes just got raised. Should I keep doing the right thing, or maybe should I just compromise? The reason that we continually repeat cycles and habits is so that they become just ingrained in us. Like in athletic terms, it's called muscle memory, right? Like you shoot the free throw, shoot the free throw, shoot the free throw, so that in the moment when you have to shoot the free throw, your body doesn't even have to think about it. It just does what it knows to do. That's the point of repetition. And so I look at Daniel and I look at Jesus and I think, wow, in the worst moment, they just did what they always did. And I believe that that's what we need as leaders. We need, as followers of Jesus, to be people who consistently do the right thing so that when it becomes a topic of conversation or something that can be targeted, we don't shrink back. We continue to do the very thing that we've always done. I want you to remember this. Repetition is not bad. Repetition is only bad when we repeat bad things. Repetition is good when we're trying to establish good things. And I hope that you will, try something new. Find a new habit. Look at a life, observe someone else's life and see something about them that you appreciate. Maybe it's their devotion to their family. Maybe it's their commitment on the job. Maybe it's the way that they passionately pursue hopes and dreams. Maybe it's the way that they love Jesus and lead in their church or in their community. Find something about them and ask them, hey, tell me the story about how you establish those rhythms in your life. And then go start establishing those rhythms. The best time to start something new is now. So just begin and repeat and don't stop until it's become a habit. I'm cheering you on. I know that you can lead the people that God's put in your life. And I pray that you experience His goodness as you trust Him. I'm praying you have a fantastic week. And you'll join me next time here on the Reluctant Leader Podcast. Thanks again, y'all, for being a part of this episode of the Reluctant Leader Podcast. Listen, I wanted to let you know that I've started a weekly newsletter. It's called The Launchpad. Literally, it's just filled with some quotes and some things that make me think, some apps and resources that I think will help make you better, just like it's helped me, and then something to make you laugh, right? All of us need to laugh. So if you struggle with Monday mornings, let me help you crush Mondays. It gets delivered to your inbox every single Monday. People are loving it. And you can find it on my website. It's pauljenkins.tv. I also am blogging again once a week. Would love to hear what you have to say about the things that I'm writing. As always, the things that I'm producing. I just want to help you be the best leader that you can be. And I want to be the best I can be. So thank you for being a part of this. Share it with somebody that you know will be helped by it. Remember, if we simply say yes, God will do the rest.